Welcome back to the So There I Was podcast. I'm Travis Womack, your host for today, and I don't have a guest. I'll be my first guest for episode 1. And with it being the 21st year since 9/11, I figured no better place to start than to tell the story of so there I was, where was I at 9/11. I remember very well being playing basketball, believe it or not. I was at college at University of North Texas, and I got to the gym around 7 in the morning Central Time, and was playing basketball with my friends, waiting for my 8 a.m. class, which was a real tough one. It was coaching basketball. It was a great elective. If you haven't had it, you're missing out. But we were playing some just normal pickup games, and then class started. And for class that day, we actually were playing knockout because our teacher didn't want to teach. That happens. But we were having a good time. And I remember after class, it was 9:15 or so Central Time, and I remember getting cleaned up, and someone was saying something about, "Hey, did you hear about planes flew into the World Trade Center?" And I had no idea what they were talking about, and I thought they were referring to the World Trade Center in Dallas. And finished getting cleaned up. I had to walk all the way across campus for my next class, so I had this big break, and I was sitting in the hallway, and these two students that were, we call them TAMs, Texas Academy of Mathematics and Science, very smart high school kids that were in college already. One kid said, "Hey, did you hear the second tower collapsed?" I was like, "No, that's crazy." I still had no idea what he was talking about. And it wasn't until 11 o'clock, I go to my calculus class, and my teacher was this French guy, and he walked in with this solemn face, and everyone's kind of talking about planes and towers, and I had no idea what was going on. And he just said, "Hey, I think what's happened today is worse than what happened for Pearl Harbor." And I just remember thinking, what is going on? And he said, "Class is canceled, and I'll see y'all on Thursday." And I remember walking out of class and looking around, and everyone's trying to get their cell phones to work. And back then we had the good old flip phones or the Nokia brick, and nobody could get signal. And I walk all the way back across campus to my car and drive to my apartment, and all my roommates were there. There were 4 of us in our place, and there's like 8 or 9 of our friends there. And I walked in, it's like 11:45 Central Time, and for the first time I saw footage of what had taken place. And I remember being just a ton of emotions of seeing those planes for the first time. And the first thing that crossed my mind was, hey, we're going to war. And I was literally about to go out the door to go join the Army right there on the spot. And my phone rang in my apartment. It was my mom. And said, "Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you all day. Please don't go join the Army right now." Just terrified. And that worked for a little while. And I delayed my enlistment until just before the invasion of Iraq. I just couldn't take it anymore. And so here I am. So I would love to hear your stories. Where were you at on 9/11? For anybody who's been in the Army for 15 or so years, most of us have memories of that. It's crazy to think that there's soldiers in the formation for the Army or any other branch that weren't alive. And I think it's our responsibility to keep telling those stories. So leave your stories in the comments. Give me an email. Love to hear your story. Love to record it. And where were you when planes flew in the building?